going to do his press conference.
But at this particular news conference, George, I think, is pretty much the head honcho. I guess if there's anything I wanted to say about this particular issue is that, first of all, congratulations on your effort, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you get warmer weather. But second of all, a lot of people are under the impression that some years ago in Saskatchewan we used to be able to sign a donor card on our driver's license, and that got taken away by the provincial government when they started affixing, and I just happened to pull mine out earlier on our health services card. There's a little sticker there, which you'll notice I have mine done, that makes you a donor. So that if you check your health cards and you don't have that particular sticker on it, it means that in a situation where something happens to you and they're looking for donor organs, if that sticker's not on there, they won't necessarily look at it. The province decided to take it away from the driver's licenses because everybody has a health card now. Now, the unfortunate part about that, George, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that even though people will put stickers and sign health cards, not everybody gets their wishes carried out, whether it be by virtue of their family afterwards or due to other medical circumstances. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. So it's something that I guess as an individual who's prepared to do that, we all have to look at securing some sort of a form or an actual mandate to be able to help other people. I think of the gentleman recently who passed away in Saskatoon at, I think he was 38 or 39 years old, with a family that certainly could have used a donor heart but wasn't able to get one. So anyways, having said that, I welcome you officially to the city of Yorkton on behalf of all of our people and on behalf of our council. I know there's a couple of stories that you want to get with, and you probably just want to get zipping down the road. So thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Wanted to first have a couple of, and this usually happens quite often when we're going into community. You know, we try to get a set agenda as much as possible, but what we're finding out is that things happen along the way, and I had the good fortune of meeting a couple of people along the way. So I wanted them to say a few words. If we can have you come up first, if you don't mind.
You? Us?
Yeah.
Oh,
say a few
words me?
And then afterwards I'll kind of wrap it up.
The wife is the spokesman.
Oh, okay. and just the story.
Oh, well, I think most of you know my story by now. I've told it a number of times in churches and with different groups of how important it is to to sign your donor card. Because with my husband, first of all, it took 5 years to find out what was wrong with him, a very rare liver disease. And then at the time when they did find out, they said, go home and die, because liver transplants were not as common at that time. But then as we kept him living for another 5 years, then another 6 years, I should say, then when his liver did shut down completely, we were taken to London, Ontario, where they put him on the list. People think that once you go to London, you have a liver waiting, and that is so untrue. Organs are so scarce. People are not signing their cards. When he got down there, he had to be assessed for 2 or 3 days. Then he was put on the list. And when they did get a liver, they said it was for him, but there was someone else that was sicker than him in the hospital, and if she lived, she would get it. However, she passed away before my husband, before they got back with the organ from Montreal, and Ray was the lucky person to receive it. And if he hadn't have got his organ that night, he would not have made the night. So it is so important, and I can't stress that enough, because we had a miracle. And this poor lady that passed away, she was only 24 with 2 little children. And that was so hard to take. And it is just, we have a miracle. My husband had his transplant 12 years ago. It'll be 12 years in May. So,
good stuff.
Schuster is a teacher here at the Regional High School. He's 53 years of age, and in 1993 he had 5 bypasses done in Winnipeg, and consequently the 5 bypasses now have plugged up, and there's one artery that's feeding his heart at this moment. At this particular time, there's no treatment that they can give him. They have sent him home. We were just in Edmonton. They've sent him home with, there's one program that they're looking at, which is gene therapy, and that is what we're kind of going through right now. But the ultimate thing would be a heart transplant, and that would be down the road when things become a little bit more acute. So that is the process that we're in right now. And I guess, like Ray and Arlene, you never know when something like this is going to hit you. And I guess it's just want to remind people as well that was to sign their organ donor cards and make sure that they get in, because my husband is a very healthy man. You saw him, you can imagine him to be a sick person, but he's in need of a new heart. Thank you very much.
I really need to keep meeting people, like the people I met this afternoon, because it keeps me on the road. It's really difficult to do what I'm doing, especially at this time of the year. I get, so many times I get discouraged, and there's so many barriers that come up, and so many challenges, and but I keep meeting somebody like yourself and your daughter, and that keeps me on the road, because I know the situation too well right now. And today is actually day 240 for me that I've been on the road, and I've gone through 133 communities so far, and I've talked to hundreds of thousands of people. And here's what I've been evaluating so far. We have a country where Canadians are willing to donate their organs. Every single person I've almost talked to has that desire to donate their organs. They don't have a problem with doing that. They understand the benefits. They understand that their decision can save up to 10 people's lives now. They understand that. They understand it's a very beautiful thing to do. And there's not a problem with the people. And so it's not a reflection on our country of why we're so low. Our government hasn't done enough. They have not taken this as a priority. This is why I'm screaming at each community to get their attention, to take the steps, the necessary steps to change this situation. We need a wide campaign from coast to coast promoting the benefits of organ and tissue donations. We need a high-spirited campaign. We need a campaign that's going to reach every single person from coast to coast. And we need to change our system. We're holding on to a very prehistoric system, one where we're dependent on the family that is in a state of shock and in grief-stricken to make a very important decision, and they're caught at a very weak moment, and we're getting a lot of times they're saying, no, don't touch the body. We're getting a lot of doctors that are reluctant to approach the family because of that situation. We have a system where our policemen aren't trained good enough to find the donor card. Why have we been holding on to the system still? A system that hasn't been working. There has been too many organs that have been wasted because of this system. And our campaign is to not only promote a very high-spirited message to each Canadian that we have no problem with them receiving this message, because they're receiving it full-heartedly, and they're wanting to become organ donors and do their part. I need to reach all 3 levels of government, especially the provincial and federal government. And I need them to step in and say, yes, we're going to make a commitment in making sure that our rate of organ donation increases. We need no more excuses from Mr. Rock saying that